Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm here really just to show y'all what it's like feeding 11 dogs. So I hope everyone enjoys. So right here we have Takeo, and I really don't do a lot with him. I just want him to understand that water and food, it's gonna come no matter what. Because when we first got him, he was really skinny and he constantly drank water. Like he thought, I really think he thought it wasn't gonna be there, and that's just what comes with the strain. They're in a certain mind state. So that's really what I was doing there. I just want him to understand that he's safe. Here with Alpha, what I'm doing is really just making sure all his attention's on me. Really with all these puppies that you're gonna see, except for Bandit, he's not a puppy, and Suki. Most of them, I'm just practicing impulse because they're young and their impulse it's gotten a lot better than what it was, but it's still not to where it needs to be. So that's really what I'm doing right now. And once this is really perfected, all the basics and impulse and everything, is when we'll start doing like all the fun stuff, like bite work, scent work. It's just they need to get this down pat before they do anything. And then there's some dogs, like Bandit, for example, who's gonna always work for his food because of the type of dog he is and the temperament that he is. But yeah. So with Suki, I don't do a lot, mostly because he hurt his right paw a couple weeks ago, so he hasn't been really working for his food. But something I want to touch on was these breeds, in particular herding breeds, they need a job, they need direction, and they need structure. If not, they will act out. And that's what was happening these past couple weeks with Suki, because he hasn't been working for his food, but he's been hurt, so I don't want to do that. But when I started making him work for his food again and gave him direction, his behavior started to change. Here with Alpha, I'm trying to introduce scent work to him, so I'm having him seek. I'm not hiding it anywhere. I'm literally putting it in plain sight, telling him to stay, putting him in it down, and then telling him to seek, and he finds it, good seek. And that's it. I'm just trying to get him to get to the basics, and then we can move up. Sapphire, on the other hand, which is our Husky Shiba Inu mix, she's really good at it. So 2 times I do it in front of her, and then the 1 time you'll see I put her in the kitchen where she can't see, and I put her in a down, tell her to stay, and I go and put the food somewhere, still in plain sight, but she has to go and find it. And as you can see, her brain's working, and that's what I want. I want her brain to work, and I want all of our dogs' brains to work, because if not, they're gonna figure something out to do for themselves because they're bored. Like I said, I just made it a little bit harder for Sapphire. I wasn't letting her see where I put the food. And it took her a minute, but she figured it out. And it'll get better over time. Just a lot of practice. Here's Zana. She's our Great Pyrenees Shepherd mix. And really what I'm doing is just the same thing. I'm just really going to practice a lot of impulse. The one thing I really love about her is her shepherd really comes out when she's working. Like, as you can see, she's super happy. She's super enthusiastic. Yes, she can be stubborn at times, but you just gotta work through it. And I really just kind of do this the whole time, mostly because I just really want her to focus on our approval, my wife and I. We do have, we do have 11 dogs, so we need to be very strict because it can go left very quickly. A fight can happen, and then a brawl can happen. It hasn't happened, but it can, and we are trying to prevent all of that. So we need to provide all of our dogs structure and direction, so they 100% understand that you run the show. They don't. So they don't go off and do something you don't want them to do, because they know, oh, mom and dad don't want us to do this, so let's not do it. And this is Bandit, and we really want to make a whole separate video on him just because of what he comes with and everything. What I'm trying to say is, when we first got him, we got him about a year and a half, no boundaries, reactive to dogs, didn't listen to us, would constantly fight back. He hates being told what to do. He's honestly like our true dominant dog. That's probably his one thing. And it falls, and that breaks up into little different things, if that makes sense. So he constant structure 24/7, 365 days. Not saying he doesn't have fun. He does have fun, but he has controlled fun. He has a lot more structure than Coda, which is our all-white husky, Akita mix, Angus, which is our Great Dane, and Zara, which is our other Pyrenees. He has the most structure because When we don't, he does what he wants. He'll go in the kitchen, he'll get into whatever he wants, he'll growl at dogs, he'll push dogs around, and it's just not good. So that's why we provide him literally so much structure. And what I'm doing here is he is horrible impulse control, and he is super food driven. Like, food is what is his love. I promise. So I'm trying to work on him controlling his impulse with food, and then I'm gonna move it into other things like place, stay, leave it when we're with certain other dogs, which we'll get into when we're on a separate video. But I'm just trying to cover little things here. And he actually did pretty good here, except for those 2 times where he didn't leave it. Besides that, he actually did really good in what he does. I wish you all would have seen like the days before, when it's like they know the camera's on, because he's acting really good right now. Like, he never does that. He's constantly getting up. I constantly have to go back. It's a fight just to feed him his food. And that's what I mean by he's a dominant dog. He constantly pushes back. He constantly tries to overpower me, my wife, and our other dogs. But we don't let that happen. Here's our 11-month-old Roddy, Nala. Same thing here, practicing impulse control, making sure her attention's on me. Especially with Nala, she's very loving. So when she sees a person, a kid, another dog, or really anything that she like enjoys, she gets so excited and she wants to go. And because she is a strong dog, she's gonna take you there. So that's really what I'm trying to nip in the bud. So that's where we're starting with impulse control, and I'm feeding them by hand. I haven't really mentioned this, but I feed them all by hand just so that the relationship is much better. So there's really nothing special here. I might speed it up. I tend to test her a lot because she is very smart. She's a very smart dog. She catches on very easily, especially when them treats are involved. She catches on. So I like to challenge her a lot. And you'll see what I mean right here. After I tell her to stay, I throw some kibble on the ground and tell her to leave it. And she does. I then reward her with the food from my hand. And then something I want to point out is the food on the ground, I don't let them eat it. I tell them leave it, and then I tell them wait, and when they do, I'll give them another kibble from my hand, and then pick up the food off the ground, put it in my hand, and then say, yes, good wait, because I don't want their attention off of me. That's our morning routine, guys, with 11 dogs. Probably gonna make another video a couple months down the road just to show you all their progress, but I hope you really enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching all the way through.